Gemini, how you doing? So we're here to do your March reading. How are we, Gemini? So let's see. So we're going to look in the moment before and then the moment after for your March tarot reading. These can be life readings, so they can get very, very personal for people. So please keep an open mind. Cross watchers will always see it from the other's perspective, and they will always see it on the other hand. Okay, but also for Patron members, or if you wish to become a Patron member, it's gone down from $16 to $5 now. So it's month by month. You can join whenever you like or leave whenever you like. But for a $5, you get a whole month's worth of readings, which is everything that I put here basically just goes straight to Patreon. It really helps support me to be able to keep doing it also, because I also have another job. Okay, but it supports me, but it's just $5 and you have access to also to all of your tarot readings. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, all that kind of stuff. And then also meditation music that will be put over there. You can download for an MP3 at some point, hopefully different music. And then also teaching stuff that will hopefully get to put over there that you'll see also that were on other tiers before. So let's see. But basically, you can find those links below. So we look into the moment before for Gemini and see what happened. What happened in the relationship, or what happened with Gemini. What's the moment before? Okay. Oh, so you've got Aries, you've got characters, carry. I'm also hearing Karen or Carrie, but this can be the carry. I'm thinking this is the carry. So it's to do with Aries, very absorbed by a name Carrie. Okay, but also this is fixed truth, meaning like, well, the truth is there, but I'm trying to prize the truth out of someone. It feels like, Gemini, that an Aries character in your life, there was someone that was trying to prize the truth from an Aries, meaning it can be very difficult to persuade somebody, but please keep an open mind, cross-watchers, but very difficult to persuade someone otherwise. It depends on how their life has gone, okay? But the truth was there, and I think that they said it, and that they actually stood up to say something like, listen, I can't keep carrying all of the weight of this relationship, and the weight seems to be something to do with like strength, like having to stand up. There's a lamb on the shoulder. Lamb. I'm also hearing the Lamb Hotel, or a hotel, trying to run a hotel, or like a house. Someone's like running a house, and there's like a hotel where there's a lot of people around this hotel. Like, it's probably not a hotel, it's probably just someone's house, but it just seems to be like there's a lot of things around the hotel. They keep saying around the hotel. I'm not sure. No, I'm not saying that one. I think there was some kind of like baiting energy, okay? Baiting energy of like fishing for a dream, of like, well, I was just fishing for a dream and I'm just casting out there in order to just see what will happen when I deliver this truth to someone, and I'll just cast it out there and just say it, okay? And I think that they did say this, okay? This would be definitely a masculine figure in your life as well. It could be someone that definitely stood up to say something. Okay, there's a lot of company business. I mean, I don't know if you guys have Aries in your chart, so I'm going to have to see this as an individual character of Aries, but let's see as we go on. Show me what happened. So there was encounters, there was a lot to do with children, there was a lot to do with moving and physically forcing. It seems that there was a lot of force and shoulders, head, shoulders, knees and toes, but a lot of things that were all directed towards this Aries. Now this is directing one's company and also answers that someone wanted, as if to say, well, I want an answer and I need an answer and I want an answer now. It can also be a fire sign, okay? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius again, but a lot to do with, well, I need an answer. It's like, well, I need an answer, and someone stood up to say, well, this is the answer. Okay, whatever that answer was, I'm not sure as yet, but this is the answer. I think someone in the relationship wanted someone to like carry their own weight in a relationship. Now, carrying your own weight in a relationship of independency can be very different. Okay, carrying one's own energy, that's what we look at obviously through spiritual stuff, but carrying one's own energy. This can be an energy that can be very unsure, because it can be a younger person or a younger soul. Okay, but there seems to be like a wise person here, as if to say, well, I'm wise enough to be able to make decisions for oneself but there seems to be a lot of pressure that was put onto someone to make a decision, and it feels like my hand was forced, okay, because it feels like, well, I'm a forced to be reckoned with here. So someone was trying to reconcile, is what I'm hearing, like reconcile, as if to say, well, look, can we just talk? And it's like, well, we can just talk, but I also, you can't ask me to make the decision yet. I feel someone was like, felt as if they were forced to make a decision, okay, and it was coming in from this Knight of Wands, of where it was like, well, I just need to say something, but someone could have been slightly feeling intimidated against a character of Aries, okay, but generally it doesn't matter. But I just need an answer, and I need an answer, and it's kind of like, well, you know, I'll think about it. But I feel that someone was afraid to approach this person, like afraid to approach, meaning like it's there, but I just don't quite know how to say it, so I'm just going to say it really quickly and just hope for the best, okay, because it felt like trying to get this person's attention or trying to prize the truth from them, but who knows, because I'm also hearing truth serum, a ceremony, and I just heard that through the Cancerian reading that I've done. Truth serum or something to do with syrup or stirrup. Wow, or horses. I'm hearing horse stirrup or syrups, because I'm definitely hearing like a stirrup to do with, that's horses, right? Horseback riding. It feels like also like piggyback riding, meaning, well, I'll ride on your what are you up to, Gemini? It's getting strange, but I'll ride on your vibration. Okay, just I'll like piggyback ride off your decisions, meaning I'll base all my decisions off your decisions, meaning that I will follow you, but I'm looking for you to see how your reaction's going to be, how it, like someone was putting the feelings out as if to say, well, it depends what mood you're in first for me to determine what kind of mood I'm going to be in, and then if you're in a good mood, I will just say it, and if you're not in a good mood, I will worry about saying it, you know. And that, I think that this Emperor knows about energy a lot too, okay, and then it's kind of like, well, you can't just base your mood or your energy off my energy, because I know that can be an energy that just comes in very quickly, so they feel it, okay, so they feel that this energy is around them, that they are were forced to make a decision in some kind of like formal manner. It could be about physical moving, you know, like wanting to move in with the person, or because I keep hearing carry or character, but carry. But let's see. Or Caroline. Also hearing Caroline. Let's see. Yeah, definitely saying Caroline, or lying. Like, I'm also hearing like lion, which is Leo. Like, are you? I don't think it was anything to do with lying. I think it was a lot to do with like someone just worried about saying something because they was worried about approaching a situation that was at hand, and it's like I'm slightly worried about approaching you because I don't quite know what you're going to say, or whether you're going to snap at me, and whether you're going to just say no, you're out, or like something to do with that. Like, because there seems to be like a lot of attention that's all drawn towards Aries. Okay, and there are a lot of demand that I need an answer now. But these can be in that person's chart or in yours or nobody's. Okay, I do need to make that one very clear. It's just the story. But I keep Claire. I'm also hearing Claire, a Claire, which would be a support of a friend. Someone has a friend that is called Claire. Okay, or a sister or brother that's called Claire. Yeah, you see, it was offered. The Knight offered in two directions, and was also offered towards a Four of Cups, which can be very, very, very difficult to get this person to emotionally accept something. Okay, now in my experiences through these people will do this for a specific reason. Okay, now the reason of why people take this stance on is down to them purely, but you've got Scorpio energy. Okay, now it's purely down to oneself towards make a decision, and when someone's hand is forced to make a decision, that's pushing. Okay, So it feels like I was forced to make this decision, and I'm not ready yet to accept talking to you yet. Okay, that if someone, because they had, I don't think that they have 3 options. I think that they took one, which meaning, well, I'll just take it into confinement. But what I think they did is they started to talk to this friend, okay, about this situation, and that they asked for support. But they've also got a lot going on with their children, and there are 2 children here. There are 2 people, or 2 younger people, that they're having to be responsible for. Now, that's either coming from this Aries or it's coming from you, but there's 2 people that a person that owns a house, put it this way, or a company, that have responsibilities or feel that they have responsibility for these 2 also, okay? That could also be at conflict. Now, these can be 2 kids that are at conflict with one another, okay? Or they could be 2 people, okay? But there seems to be going in different directions, because there's like a direction of like, well, I really need an answer from this Aries, okay? But then the kids, now if you have children and you're a Gemini, then, you know, you have to keep an open mind that these can be what's going on with your children that you would notice, okay? Or your sisters or brothers, but generally children, okay? Now, you probably got someone that wanted to know about the relationship, about where they stand in the relationship, okay? But there was also a Knight of Cups that was being offered, but what happened is that the offer got denied, because it feels like, well, there's things to do yet, so I can't accept it. There's like I can't accept that. You know, someone's like, no, I can't accept it. I can't do that at the moment. If it was about a physical move, it could be like, I'm not prepared to do that yet. It might be that someone wanted to move in, and it's like, I'm not prepared to move in with you yet. Like, I'll be in a relationship with you, but it's just dates. We're just planning dates and stuff like that. But because these can be where it's not real commitment, but they are just like where you're just seeing somebody, okay? So there'll be 2 different aspects, and one is kind of like, well, you know, I'll date you, but I don't want a relationship, okay? So we can go out on dates, but I think someone wanted more of a commitment of feelings, but I think that it was denied by someone. Now, it could have been you, Gemini, that said no, okay? Now, for some of you that are in relationships, there was a lot of demand that was put upon an emperor to make this decision. But one of your children is probably going through something where you're not on speaking terms with parents, children and parents. Okay, because this person here doesn't want to accept any kind of reconciliation. They don't want to talk, and they don't want to admit their true feelings. Now, if you've been prying to talk to someone or whatever, trust me, Gemini, sorry, I'm trying not to put my own stuff in this, but I've got very family, right? But generally trying to talk to someone that doesn't want to. Now, the reason why I don't want to is because I know that there's an extremely narcissistic gaslighting person in my life, okay? I'm not saying, but I don't know if any of you have ever really been through gaslighting situations, but I can assure you that it's awful when you go through it in family, okay? But yeah, definitely trying to get someone to talk that doesn't want to talk. And the reason why they don't want to talk could be the same scenario as what I go through, is because you understand that there can be a lot of controlling one's feelings and emotions against somebody else, okay? But yeah. Let's see what happened. But like I said, Gemini, and I do have to keep stating this, these can be very, very personal readings for people. Okay, they really can. And cross-watchers will always see it from the other person, from their own perspective, not from the other person's. They will always see it from their own. Okay. That's why I am not a judge or jury, and I do not get involved in, unless it's personal readings, but I don't get involved. I am not a judge or jury. I'm just a person that reads cards. Okay, so I don't take sides, pretty much. Okay, so you see you got Pisces energy also, Pisces Scorpio. But there was a lot of like waiting and wanting to reconcile and wanting to talk to this person that wasn't. And what they were waiting for here is because someone could have just said, you know, I just actually really just want to be single. You know, if this is to do with love life, it feels like someone just wants to be single and that they don't want to mingle. Right? Now, oh dear, if I could tell you my full life. But you see, there are people out there that do act as if they are single, and they are single, but what they want is for people to do things for them, okay, and do everything for them, but they won't commit into a relationship. Okay, now for people that are in a relationship, okay, there is a lot to do with like being able to afford something. Somebody wants to know an answer about physical movement. They're waiting to ask the person to move in with them or to physically move, okay, and that's what they're waiting for, is to be answered of like, well, do you want to be in a relationship or do you not want to be in a relationship? Because there feels like that someone got told that there's not really a relationship here at the moment, but it feels like someone's just relentless in trying to ask to reconcile with someone that wants to be single. Okay, so there's a lot of like breathing space, but literally, if these messages do not relate to your relationship factor, then they can relate to your family, soul group, or people dynamics. Okay, that's why I try to go in depth in every reading. And I do have to state that, and I know people do probably get fed up with that, but you know, you have to keep an open mind when it comes to tarot card readings. Okay, but there was a lot of waiting for this person to know of whether they're single or whether they're not single. Now, this could have gone on for a very, 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 very long time. Okay, if not, then this is kind of like a new relationship that's kind of done, but someone is so concerned about something else, about their children or a family dynamic. This person also is so concerned and consumed about what's going on in their family, is that to do with their kids, is that I'm so concerned and so focused on my family. And I think that that's what one of these 3 cups normally is in the Rider-Waite deck, is that I'm so consumed about just being a mum or just being single, and what I have got is that I'm just, all I want to do is look after these 2 here. Okay, look after these 2. But I don't think that these 2 need looking after. It really does depend on how old they are. If they're very young children, then yes. If they're not and they're grown adults or teenagers even, then there's obviously a different approach. Okay, because I feel that them, on the flip side of it, still do not need like looking after through certain things through this. Okay, so again, I'm treading a fine line of what I'm hearing, but a lot of people do say, don't hold back. Don't hold back, say. Okay, so I will say that there are people out here that do not want the attention from the person that's forcing to pry information and talk to people here. If someone is like constantly trying to talk to someone, but they're always denying it and saying, no, 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 I don't want to talk, then please stop trying to talk to the person, you know, because you're forcing. What happens with money or what happens with people when you chase it? It runs from energy. You can be very receptive to energy and understand that if someone keeps trying to reconcile with someone and ask someone, then you have a decision. You know, you can keep doing that for a very long time and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. If it is, that comes across as controlling, of trying to get someone to accept something that they don't want to accept. Now, whatever that is in people's lives, that is that. And that's that as where this can come across as a very controlling kind of energy. Because this person doesn't want to know. Okay, now if you're trapped into a soulmate situation, and this is very new, okay, it feels like someone wants to talk that someone doesn't. Okay, because they are focused on other things, whatever that is. I've got no idea. But to me, it feels like someone is so focused on these 2 here, which is the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Now, if you go outside of this reading and you ask these 2 people, this tarot card reading said, do you want this amount of attention that I'm giving you? And if they say no, then that's that answer is no, okay? Sorry, I'm really bringing my own stuff into this because my placement says a lot of you know. But you know, we don't need your attention, because there are two kids here for a lot of you also that are going through something. Okay, now what they're going through is a relationship. That's what I said. These are also your kids, you know, and if they're in relationships here, and this can be someone that wants to know about these two children, then that's going on, you see, and they're not listening, and they won't, because it can be, if they're very young, it can be known as teenage adolescence, maybe. Okay, but if not, then it's someone that constantly wants to know about people's relationship, and these two here, okay. But if it's, like I said, it can be very difficult, because if they say that they don't want to know and they're not listening, then it's much easier to not do that and to let people discover their own kind of like stuff, you know. But I know situations. Sorry, Gemini, this reading's kind of turning out the way I didn't want it to, because I can feel that there are some very personal things that people are obviously going through, but there is one person that always hits that dislike button before they even watch the reading. They do, and it always seems to come through on a Gemini reading. I'm not saying all of you. There's a lot of you that I love dearly, I really do, but there are some people that just love to hit that dislike button before they've even seen the reading, and that's what I'm saying. You know, there is a lot of control and stuff out there, Gemini, so you have to be very careful. Okay. But let's see. So let's start with your March reading. But a lot of the stuff that I've done so far, I channel a lot of messages that end up coming out through your reading, through the beginning parts, and then we just relate them to these cards. So show me. So there you go. So you got Leo. Leo again wants to talk there. So okay. So Leo. So they want to talk again about the relationship. They also want to talk about the physical movement, if there is. Okay, they want to talk, basically. They just want to talk, and they want to talk, and they want to talk. So someone also could work for themselves, and they work as an independent contractor, okay, or something like that. And they like freedom, and they like a little bit of space. They like to be able to breathe and all that kind of thing. Because this can be this can be an independent woman, okay, that is very, very single, okay, and they're very single, but they're very independent. And this can be a mum, okay, and it can be a mum that just wants to be at home, okay. This can be a mother that's at home alone, okay, home alone, because they've definitely feels like this. I'm at home alone, and what I'm doing is just looking after these two. But if you want a physical relationship here, there is someone that was trying to offer to you that you probably didn't want to accept because someone said no, pretty much. But again, there is someone that's going to ask again. It's definitely coming from a Leo energy. Okay, now if that wasn't to do with a relationship, that is to do with the physical. Do you want to move? Okay, and do you want to move in together, or do you want to move where we can start to build a life together, independent, away from these energies? Okay, so these are getting very personal, like I said, Gemini, so please keep an open mind. But there is someone through this energy that is saying, do you want to move away from the parents and actually live on our own to be able to start off our own life? That is what I was channeling through the beginning part here. Sorry, I can feel the tension. But I'm a truth speaker. Me, always a truth speaker. But there is people here, these two here, they're saying to one another about this same scenario is, do you want to live with me? Do you want to live with me, or do you want to live here with parents? Okay. Or do you want to move? Do you want to live together? Some of you, it's just like, do you want to move in together, and do you physically want to live together? But there is a single woman here for a lot of you that is, or them, or man, is single, but they're being offered by someone that is saying no. Okay. Now, if this other person, and they keep asking you, do you want a relationship, do you want a relationship, do you want a relationship, you know, it depends what you're going to take from them. You know, there are so many circumstances that I witness in my life that is unbelievable with certain people. Okay, they will get someone to do loads of things for them, but they won't give them a relationship. But the other person is relentless and keep asking. Okay, and they ask, and they ask, and they ask, and they do all these favours because they love the person. Okay, but there is so much denial there and control that it's unreal. Okay, so, but I can never intervene in that kind of thing. I see it happen, But that feeling is definitely here, that someone still wants to know about this relationship. For a lot of you, if this isn't a person that you've dealt with for a very long time, where someone keeps asking someone and they keep saying no, okay? If it isn't that, then it's about this move. And it's about, do you want to come and live with me away from this situation of exactly what I said? These can be the children that are going through this kind of thing, or brothers or sisters that are saying, do you want to move in and be independent away from this situation that seems to be going on, where there is a parent that is so dedicated towards their children, but it depends how grown up they are, you know, of what you want to do for yourself. So someone's wants to talk. Two scenarios. I mean, honestly, Gemini, give me your honest opinion, a lot of you. Do you like, oh dear, I see the 9 of Wands. Do you like the way that I read, honestly? Because it can be personal, you know. Let's see, Gemini for March. Continue on this topic, please, for Gemini for March. Okay, so there you go. Leo. I said Leo, didn't I? Leo. I normally do channel a lot of these messages. But 2 8s, you see, you could have life path or healing number 8 or something like that. Okay, but 2 8s, definite 100% Leo. Okay, Leo is in the house. Okay, and it's about this love. It's about this opportunity. Do you want to be with me? Do you want a stable relationship? And do you want to live together independently? Okay, but still, if there's this energy of denial of someone that's relentless in asking for a relationship, but someone saying, no, I don't want a relationship. No, I don't want a relationship. No, I don't want a relationship. Please stop asking the people for a relationship if they don't want one, because you make your karma so much more difficult by keep asking them, okay? But if you're in a relationship with this person, then it's very good. It's just, I think that what they want to know is exactly this same scenario, is about being independent away from this situation that seems to be causing a lot of confusion and denial with someone that keeps trying to talk to someone. But like I say, it can be a dynamic that's going on in the family. And that they constantly want to know, and someone is saying about this Ace of Pentacles, there's a chance for us to be able to start afresh and start a new beginning, you know. So they're asking. Because I can never get away from this Four of Cups, you know. Can never get away from this Four of Cups. Because it's there. It's being offered to someone that said no. Because they definitely didn't say yes. So they give some kind of like answer towards what was offered in a relationship. Or they gave some kind of answer. So it feels like, well, someone's like waiting to engage on them, like softening up a little bit before I can ask you again. Now, it depends what that question was. If that was to do with the relationship, someone's waiting for you to open up again, or vice versa. But they're waiting for the energy to relax a bit before they make another offer. So what they're doing is thinking about making another offer. Or they're going to abide by a situation that you know that's going on with yourself, because they want to stand by you very loyal. Okay, very loyal. Because they don't want to. Leo energy can be, it can also, the highest, lowest energy of Leo is someone that can also be very timid and can be very loyal, but can also be very strong. But for them to find their own vibration can also be very difficult, okay, because they're a fixed fire sign. They either feel low or they feel high, okay, so it's a low-high feeling. And what they can do also is that they don't like to be forced, okay, forced, because it's like pushing a feral cat to make a decision. But it can be the other way around. And if a Leo gets like, because they're fixed, if it starts to go around in their head, they can start to also analyse situations about, well, I'm just going to have to wait before I can approach, okay? And it's either way around, but before I have to wait before I can approach again to see what the answer's going to be again, because they love you. Okay, so there is a lot of like loyalty to the relationship, and someone that will do things, you know, for you, but they also want to know about this opportunity here that's arisen. Okay, of a clean slate, brand new start of whatever that opportunity presents itself to be. If it's a move, because this can be a lot of moving, and it can be like, I want to move in with you, or I want to live with you on our own outside of this here, or I want to take you out on a date. Okay, but then you've got someone now that starts to make a decision. You've got Libra energy in the middle as well, and you've got Sagittarius. Okay, it's coming also from a Sagittarian energy that is here. Could be a Scorpio that has Sagittarius and Scorpio in their chart. Okay, depends where in your houses, but pretty much Scorpio, Sagittarius. You've got someone that could be a Leo that has Aries in their chart. Okay, Leo, Aries. Definite Leo and Aries in their chart for sure for a lot of people. Can also be air. Okay, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius as well. But a lot of decisions to make. You know, on one hand, I've got this really good opportunity that seems to present itself here with my person. Okay, and on the other hand, I really do want to heal certain things, but also I can't get away from this being denied, because it feels like the person that's getting the upper hand is the Sagittarian energy, and it feels like playing someone off against someone kind of feeling. Like we're just going to play off the energy and see what happens, because both of these energies are like, well, just weighing up options and just making sure. So it feels like someone engages on their energy by someone else's. You're mirroring one another as well. You are mirroring. And there's a lot of like, well, if you're going to deny and you're not going to say something, then I'm just going to have to wait and see what happens until your energy is safe for me to approach your energy to say something. Okay? But I can't get away from, because I'd run off these, I can't get away from why someone said no, because they said no to something. They said no. Six of Cups. You see again, family. This person is still all about family. That come up in a Cancerian reading as well. It's still all about family, okay, but also about the soulmate. They want to know, they are still your soulmate, you know, still your soulmate. But again, this person here is still so focused on their family, okay, that you're going for a family dynamic. And this person is still so focused on these two here, okay, these two here. These two are these two. These two are these two. Okay, that are having relationships in the family, okay, and there is someone that is so dedicated towards wanting to know, but someone is saying, no, I don't want to tell you, right? I don't want to tell you. So that energy's there. So if we go down to your individual love life that's coming out of your family dynamic, okay, then it's definitely there, but there are decisions definitely to make about where it is that you want to be in the relationship with them, because they're definitely there for you, but they want to communicate because they have history with you. They have history, and they find you a little bit of a mystery as well. They find it very difficult to engage on your full energy levels. They find it very mysterious, but also very hypnotic at the same time, meaning that they're there with you, but they will engage with you by trying to figure out what your energy and your reaction is going to be from your energy compared to theirs. Meaning, like, it's a little bit of like, well, before I say something, I need to see what your reaction is going to be. So they think about it quite a lot, okay? Because they don't know if someone's going to snap. They don't know how it's going to be well received by information that they're going to ask or ever want to ask. And it feels like, well, I'm just going to have to see what mood you're in first before I ask you, because I don't know what you're going to say. So this is the same person, again, still, where you're going through someone that worries about, well, what are we going to talk about? You know, what are we going to talk about? So someone could also have options, and one of them could be a Sagittarius, one of them could be an Earth sign, okay? But we'll have to see how that plays out, Gemini. Okay, it's 35 minutes. So what we'll do is, like I said, it is now just only $5. It really does support me with the channel to be able to keep doing it. Okay, it is literally $5. You can find it in the Show More section for Patron. It just goes to one tier. We continue right up till the end of your March reading, and then clarify some cards just to give me a deeper look and understanding. But basically, the story starts to unfold as we get towards the end of March, okay, for future predictions. And then you can also reach out for a personal reading. Everything can be found in the Show More section, along with every other piece of multimedia that I run or own. You're very much welcome to join. Thank you so much for all your kind words and support in the comments. I really do appreciate it. Any likes, shares and comments also. Thanks, Gemini. I hope you have a great March. It is also my birthday on the 8th. So I will hopefully see you over on Patreon. Thanks, guys.